Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark. This is Man on a Mission Fishing. Thanks so much for joining me today. Today I got a little update over what's been going on the last month or so. Took in my first Bassmaster Classic this year in Knoxville. Had a wonderful time. Drove down with Tommy, the pro staffer from Man on a Mission, and we spent a couple of days down there walking around the expo and meeting a bunch of professional fishermen and a bunch of YouTube celebrities, I guess you would call them. Had just a great experience. Didn't spend the amount of time there that we probably should have. We are probably going to go back next year to Hartwell and spend the full classic time there, probably 4 or 5 days instead of just the 2 days that we spent there this year. We ended up traveling back in a snowstorm, got shut down on 35 coming north out of Iowa. That was closed for 12, 14 hours or whatever it was, so we ended up spending an extra night on the way back, so we probably could have stayed anyhow and made it back in the same amount of time. But we had a great time. Got a few items I wanted to show, just to give you an idea on what we experienced. Obviously, got my Bassmaster Classic pass here. This is for being a life member of BASS. When you're a life member or a Bass Nation member, you can go and stand in line, get this. It allows you to get into the expo like an hour earlier than normal, as well as gives you access to a lounge or whatever, so that you can have a place to sit down and have some snacks or whatever. So just kind of neat to have the paddle from the Bassmaster Classic. That's go up on the wall here. Also in the packet, got myself a Bassmaster 2026 calendar. Pretty neat. It's got some cool pictures in it. Just something neat to hang on the wall. Also got the rod glove for one of my casting rods. I already have a bunch of these, but you can always can never have too many, so that was pretty cool. As far as members that I met, throw up a couple of pictures here with captions, show you who I met. Jason Christie, Jeff Gustafson, Scott and Hillary Martin. There's just a host of people. Edwin Evers, bunch of guys that I met. Was kind of fun. In addition to that, was able to get some autographed merch. They gave out free hats. The Phoenix booth. On this hat, I've got Pake South, who won one of the opens in Texas just recently. Alton Jones Jr. from MLF. I got Joey Cifuentes from BASS. Justin Lucas, another MLF fisherman. Solid hooks, those guys. Also went by the Skeeter booth. Got a nice Skeeter hat here, free as well, for the Bassmaster Classic hat. Got I got Jason Christie on here. Scott and Hillary Martin are on this hat, as well as Scott Canterbury. Scott Canterbury, another BASS fisherman. Christie, BASS fisherman. The Martins are basically on YouTube now. They do enter a few other tournaments, I think, down in the Florida area, but he's not fishing. He's not fishing BASS anymore. Probably the best one of all, Lose. Got myself a Kevin Van Dam. Got myself a Kevin Van Dam autograph on this Lose hat. I really wanted to wear this hat, but now I'm afraid to use it, because I'm afraid the signature will wear off on it. In addition to that, had my BTL hat. Big supporter of the BTL family here. They've got a Frank Scalish, who used to fish the Elites, was Rookie of the Year back in the early 2000s. He gives a real good breakdown on Thursdays every week. day 4 with Frank, and he goes over patterns and baits and things like that. He's a Pradco guy, so all the Pradco baits. He's a very awesome bait painter as well. So I took one of my BTL hats that I had got down there. It has a picture on it that Frank drew, and I got Frank and Matt Pangrak's autograph on this hat, so I won't be wearing that anymore either. This Matt is the BTL, runs BTL now. He is also an opens fisherman trying to qualify for the elites. Frank is basically just working for Pradco now, doing a lot of painting, so that was pretty cool. In addition to meeting those guys, I got in another signed bait. Both of them signed this bait. This is a spook, really a cool bait. I have a couple of these that I bought originally, but they were handing them out free at the Classic to the first like 100 guys or something like that that showed up, or 200. I can't remember exactly the number, but was really lucky to get both signatures on the actual bait too, so that was really cool. In addition to those guys, I met Hella Bass. He's a Minnesota guy. He's got a really cool channel. He runs some lives, does a lot of fishing, posts a lot of content. He gave me a nice sticker, also gave me a free hat for the Powerhouse Lithiums, which I have a 16-volt Powerhouse Lithium battery for my electronics. So he was a real nice dude, pretty cool dude. I look forward to following his content the rest of the year as well. Also met Debo. Debo's fishing. He's an Iowa dude, Hawkeye guy. Real nice fella. Enjoy his content a lot too. He's more not geared towards tournament fishermen, but more towards just average fisherman, bank, kayak. I think he fishes a lot out of kayak now. He used to do some bank fishing. So yeah, great opportunity to meet a bunch of people. Really fun. Went to the takeoff. It was just really entertaining. So the only other thing that I bought a couple other things at the Classic. I didn't buy any swim baits or any real baits like that, but I did end up swinging by a booth, Biz Baits. They had some plastics, like I need more plastics. I got a wall full of them here and a boat full of them, but these were kind of unique. They have a real high float rate. I thought they were really cool. I can show you. I just bought a couple of different colors, like of 2 different sizes. I'll show you the big one. They're a really neat bait. I mean, they're fairly thick. They've got a real high float rate. It was when they hooked this on this is basically just a straight tail worm, and then it's got a big knob on the end. It's fairly thick. But when they put this in the, I don't know if you can see it here. It's flat on one side. Should Texas rig real good. This is a really neat bait. When they put it on a jig head, and it was sitting virtually straight up and down in the water. I just thought it would have a lot of cool action. I think it'll be a really good Nico rig bait, as well as like a jig worm, or a even on a Ned head if you use probably a shaky head, a bigger shaky head, because you'll need a beefy hook to get through the thickness of these worms. So I bought a few packs of these worms. They gave me like 30% off or 20% off or something like that. I can't even remember. And then also gave me this free bag. So that's really the only thing I bought. I mean, there was so much stuff there, so many good prices and stuff, but I had told myself I wasn't going to buy much more this year. You know, maybe next year I'll hold off on buying stuff and maybe buy more stuff when I go to the Classic. I don't know. Plus, I didn't want to have to drag all that stuff around, carry it around the whole time, and have to deal with it, lugging that around. I will say, if you go, wear some comfortable shoes, because my feet were just absolutely killing me after the first day. Second day, I had to hollow my way back to the hotel to get the car to come home, because it was painful. But you know, good night's sleep, a day and a half off my feet driving back. Felt real good and refreshed when I got back, so it wasn't terrible. So, and as I had said, I had talked about not really buying anything else after like some of the sales for the new year and such, but I failed miserably. Well, let's go through a couple of the items that I purchased. I ended up going through the Bass Pro Shop sale. They've got a sale where You bring in an old rod or an old reel, and they'll give you a certificate and gives you X amount of money off on a purchase. And depending upon how expensive the item is, the more money that you get off on it. So I ended up bringing in 2 old reels. Can never have too many cool reels, right? Ended up buying a Corrado 201 XG. It's a left-handed Corrado. Put it on my flipping stick. I got 2 of these. I put one on each of my more heavy-duty rods. These are 200 series reels, so they're a little bit bigger, so I can handle a little bit bigger line. They got a little bit beefier components, so they handle the heavy-duty stuff a little bit better. And I can show you what the rod or what the reel actually looks like. I can show you another purchase that I made. Ended up buying this here Dobbins Sportsman's Warehouse rod. I looked at Sportsman Warehouse. Dobbins is a pretty good brand. They had the Sportsman's Guide or Sportsman's Warehouse series rods built by Dobbins. They're like I guess they're like a Fury series in Dobbins. Maybe not quite as good, but basically look just like a Fury. Ended up putting that Corrado 201 on there. Put some heavy braid on there. Gonna flip this up. This is a mag heavy rod. Plan on throwing that in heavier vegetation. Flipping up some jig fish or maybe a Texas rig fish. I think I'm gonna plan on using jig on this, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But real nice looking rod. Real good price on that. They are on sale. I don't know if they still are or not, but they're like $139 rod, and I think I got it for $87. And they had a wide range of the rods, of the actions. So they also had spinning rods there. I didn't get that. I just got the one rod. Trying to up my game with the heavy stuff. I have quite a few already, but you can always use one more. So I would check out Sportsman's Warehouse. It was a good deal. I think the sale is probably still ongoing, so you might be able to get in there and get a few of the remaining rods that they have for sale. Now, they weren't on the normal display where all the rods are. I was looking for this particular rod, could not find it anywhere, and then I made a turnaround off the tackle and on a doorway heading back into the warehouse part of the store. There was a rack of rods, and they were all Dobbins, and I went over there, and this one happened to be on that. So they may have put it out, but if you can't find it, if you're looking for it and can't find it, you can always ask someone in the store if they have them, and they'll show you where they are. I looked online before I went, bought this at the one in Coon Rapids, Minnesota, so a good deal to be found. Fits this reel real nice. So the reel, it was like a 225 or 229 reel. I turned in some old crappy reel that I had from 30 years ago. They gave me a certificate. I got $50 off on this reel, which is better than I could do. You know, if I bought through friends or whatever, they only get like 20% off. I got more than 20% off on this, so it was a pretty good deal. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, the biggest purchase of the summer. Now, I never thought I would do this. I'm not a forward-facing guy, but I went all the way down to Knoxville, wandered through the entire expo, chatted with a bunch of people, ended up at Reed's Sports, which has a shop in Walker, Minnesota, and one in Onamia. Small Minnesota brand. They gave me the best deal on this object. Can't complain at all about that. I'm not going to give the price. It was a show special. I don't want to talk about it, but let me grab it. Never thought I would do it, but I succumbed to the pressure. Bought myself a 12 Echo Map Ultra 2 with the Live Scope 2. LVS 34, I think it is. Echo Map Ultra 2 2126 SV with the Live Scope Plus system. Very looking forward to putting this in the boat. Not going to use it all the time. It's going to be something for content and for catching fish, obviously. I think what I'm going to end up doing is we'll have some completely no live scope videos coming up this year. We'll have some maybe some complete live scope videos, but most of the videos, I think, for the lakes that I fish are going to be maybe half live scope, half no live scope. Turn it on for the first half or for the second half, and vice versa for the and then have it off for half the day as well, trying to gauge how it changes my fishing and how productivity changes. I'm sure once a guy learns it, plus I gotta learn it, but I think once a guy learns it, it's probably going to be way more productive, but maybe not in the way I like to fish. But I want to try it. We've got it on the walleye boat. We've used it for panfish and walleye fishing, and it works great. I want to see how it suits me for bass fishing, whether perspective mode is kind of what I want to do, or if I want to use the actual, forward-facing narrow beam. We'll find out. So it was an expensive winter after I said I wasn't going to spend any more money. Spent a bunch of money that I probably, shouldn't have, but I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to be a great summer. Look forward to getting out. Looking forward to share some content with you guys. Until then, hey, thanks so much for joining. Don't forget to like and subscribe. For Rick, my name is Mark. This is Man on a Mission Fishing. We'll see you on the water.